Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Pardon me. Excuse me, I just had to sneeze. Rose Thorn here. Today I'm doing a react to little clips of Chantal's live stream called Another Day, Another Mess. So I looked at this live stream, and to summarize it up, Foodie Beauty is doing a lot of cleaning. I have found out through going on Twitter and talking to people that the reason why she's doing a lot of cleaning, her and Pete's, is because today they were going to have an inspection. So people are, I guess, be walking through the apartment, and they had to have it clean in order for there to be no trouble. I've also heard that maybe one of the reasons why she's cleaning is perhaps there's a problem with the air conditioning in the place. And if you get a maintenance person in an apartment and the apartment is completely trashed, that person may go to management and complain and let them know what they saw, and then there might be some problems because of that. But regardless of whatever the reason might be, Chantal is doing a lot of cleaning today, and she is putting on the appearance, at least, of eating healthier and giving a crap about her life. So I went to the live stream. I picked out a few places of interest, and then I'm going to move on to the comments, and that will be that for this live stream. I would also like to take a moment to apologize to all of you, because as of late, I have been extremely tired and exhausted. And when I get tired and exhausted, and when it comes to watching Chantal, I've been a bit irritable lately, a bit spicy. When you react to Chantal for long periods of time, given her behavior, given the things that she says and that she does, it will make you angry. And I know a lot of people come here for the calmer reacts, and maybe I've gotten away from that, but please understand, it's just some of the things that she's been saying lately, and some of the things that she's been saying for a while, such as talking about the DV and the SA, and the way she behaved as far as the school shooting, her behavior on that night when she was drunk. Sometimes that gets to you, and you just have to let that anger out. But somebody in my comments said that they noticed that I've been angry lately in my reacts. And for anyone who might be turned off by that, I apologize. I will try to be much calmer with Chantal if I can. But I've been working the long hours between doing reacts to Chantal, trying to squeeze in some ambiance videos on top of that so that I will not experience any kind of mental burnout just dealing with Chantal all the time. Doing the ambiance gives my mind something to do, something creative, something positive. Just trying to keep everything balanced. So for anyone who's been noticing the irritability and you're turned off by it, you don't like it, I apologize for that, but Chantal sometimes gets to you. Her behavior just gets to you, just the astounding stupidity of it all. But I will do my best to be calm in my reacts, if possible, so that you guys can come here and enjoy the reacts a bit more. So, without further ado, let's go on to Miss Chantal and show you what she's up to, which, to be honest with you, really isn't a whole lot of anything interesting. She did the live stream last night that I covered, the one where she was up at 3 o'clock in the morning going off about Natter, mad because Natter did a YouTube live and something was going on in that live that was probably very inappropriate for YouTube live. Some people are saying that he got oral pleasures during that live stream, and other people I've talked to have said that wasn't happening, but maybe Dee Dee was doing something naughty off camera that he was watching. Nobody can really confirm because we weren't in the room and the camera wasn't directly on what was going on, and maybe that was a good thing. But regardless, Chantal got angry and she did her live stream last night talking about Natter, and it went on for quite a while. I did not get to bed till 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I had my rest. I got some stuff done around my house. I am making an effort now to put me before Chantal. For a while, I wasn't doing that. I would get up, and as soon as I got up, start doing reacts, because with Chantal, if you wake up and there's already 2 live streams, you're going to fall behind. But I'm going to fix that by taking care of me first. And then afterwards, I'll deal with Chantal, just trying to keep everything in balance. So let's start with the first thing that I came upon, and let's talk about it. So let's get to, shall we?
Oh, I put too much sugar. Lynn the Pegging. I tried to unblock you. I'm sorry. Welcome to Brand New Recipe.
One thing before we get started, something I want to point out. You see this right here? This bowl? I'll show you a full scale shot later, but this right here is her cat's bowl. I'm not quite sure why Chantal is eating food out of her cat's bowl. That's for the pets. Not sure why she's doing that. But yeah, she did that. Eating oatmeal out of her cat's bowl. Interesting. Very interesting. When you got a whole house full of utensils and plates and bowls, why she's eating out the cat's bowl, not sure.
Thank you guys for all the kind messages and everything. I'm really tired as fuck. I'm sorry. Unblock. Alright, I'll consider blocking everyone by my next stream. I just can't do it right now because of one thing. But I know I promised Vicky I wouldn't. Because some of you people are toxic as fuck. But I guess just mostly when I'm in my feels. You guys are right. He shouldn't have been on last night. Like, giving him exactly what he wanted. He wanted to trigger me. It worked. And that's just really, I have to make that the last time. So.
And can I give my thoughts about that? I will die on the hill with this. I think that Chantal is one way about Natter on camera, and she's a completely different way off camera. And a lot of what we see, a lot of what we hear or witness, it's all performative. It's fake, it's phony, it's a fraud. It's all just a show. A lot of things point in the direction that this is all just performance, such as the fact that even though she says she hates Natter, she can't stand him, she's paying for his phone bill. She recently paid for a phone bill of his that was over $1,000. So, question, if you hate somebody, why would you pay their phone bill? Why would you buy them groceries? Why would you give them money? Why would you do any of that? When you hate someone, that means you want no contact. You're not going to give any kind of support whatsoever. And in her case, because he's also on YouTube, if she knows that her talking about him is going to lead to people going to his channel, why continue to talk about him then? Knowing that he's going to make money off of that. If you hate someone, if they're on YouTube, if you truly hate them, you're not going to, in an indirect way, promote them. She's talking about him because she wants to promote him. Because I feel they are absolutely fine off camera. They may have their disagreements, their spats, whatnot, but everything we're seeing with Natter is an act. There's so many things that don't make sense. You hate him, yet you continue to talk about him. You hate him, but you continue to edit his videos, do his thumbnails, buy his food, give him money. These are things you do not do with people that you hate. These are things that you do with people that you don't hate. Likewise for Natter. He's doing the most to show that he doesn't like Chantal, but yet he'll continue to see her. He'll meet up with her in a motel room, and they'll go out for a meal and hang out. If you really hated somebody, would any of that happen? Absolutely not. Again, pointing in the direction of this is all performative, and she is deliberately saying what she needs to say and doing what she needs to do to keep everybody ticked off and giving her money. Another interesting thing that happened during that now deleted live stream. So in the live stream, somebody came into the chat to stop and sing for a while. S-Jam. Now, S-Jam is somebody that in the past has been known to give Chantal lots of money in super chats. And I mean lots. We're talking in the hundreds. There was one occasion that S-Jam gave Chantal $2,000 in super chats in one night. And I don't know the exact total, but he was giving quite a few hundreds last night. I was watching the chat. I was reading the chat for S-Jam. And he said something very, very interesting. He made a comment in one of his comments that he has her phone number. He's called her before, but she's never picked up. Then he made another comment about, I just want to be your friend. And, I care about you and so forth. What I find interesting about that, about S-Jam, is that it sounds suspiciously like somebody else who talked that exact same way about Chantal. And that person is Austin Beezer. In his live stream, which he deleted a while ago, that I reacted to, he was saying in his video that he had her number, that he called her, that he just wanted to be her friend. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? That this person, S-Jam, is saying almost the exact same thing as Mr. Texas Beezer. Is S-Jam Austin Beezer? Is it Texas Beezer? Could be. It'll be interesting to see if Austin Beezer and S-Jam appeared at the same time in her chat. I don't think I've ever seen them appear together. That's just an observation. People could spend their money however they want. I just have to wonder if there's a connection there. Anyway, let's keep going.
Let's just move on and try to have a good day. Sans any BS, like actual BS. And try to have a healthy day. Like, I want to actually clean my place today, so. I know, I kept finding you in my block list really tired as fuck. Oh wait, you were unblocked. Do you know Vanessa Parody? Oh, is that not Johnny Depp's wife? S-Jam. I know, I messaged S-Jam. I'm like, I'll give you your money back on payday. You don't have to pay for, like, like you don't pay, the only time you talk to me is when I give you the money. Oh my god. They're still good. Okay, so here's what
and something else that I found interesting about all of those super chats that we're going through. So after it was over, the very next day, I went to Playboard to see how much Chantal had made last night. And the amount that I saw on Playboard did not reflect what was given to her last night. So I just found that curious. Also, something of note, before S-Jam showed up, Foodie was putting down people that were giving the low super chats. She was being really condescending and saying things like, well, thanks for the cheap super chat to anyone that gave, say, $1.99 or $1. She was putting down the people that were giving the very low super chats. But when it came to S-Jam, not a word of criticism. It almost seemed to me like she was expecting S-Jam to come in and give the big money. And therefore, she did not care about the lower super chats. I just also found that interesting, that there seemed to be an attitude of she was expecting someone to come in and give her the bigger super chats. And that's why she was looking down her nose at anyone who was giving the lower super chats. Although I will say to you, Foodie, ma'am, if you have a platform You have your main channel. You have the Beezer Show. And now you're making a third channel for your YouTube Shorts. And you've got OnlyFans and Twitch. If you have all those platforms running and you're expecting subscription money from all those platforms, that kind of indicates that you need money for whatever reason. Any and all money is good, Chantal. Whether it's a $2 super chat or a $20 super chat, it's still money that you didn't have before. You can't expect a big tipper to come in and take care of you all the time. And those little tips do add up. They really do. So if you're someone and you've got more than one platform and you've got every single one of them set up with paywalls, that points in the direction of someone who really, really needs money. And if you really, really need money, you shouldn't be putting down people who are giving you money, no matter what the amount.
I'm having for breakfast. I'm very excited about my totally normal glow up first day of a not a free life. And I think it's going to go well. So let's make it a good day. No, I did not. Hi, I like bugs.
That's interesting, Chantal, because when Natter did his stream last night, he did it off the iPad and his phone. Who was paying for that? Was it him? I don't think so. I think you paid for that. I think you're still paying for those things. I think you being done with him is all a ruse. And you're putting on this act of, I'm done with him and I'm doing the glow up thing. It's all an act. It's an act because people are angry with you over the things you've said and done. You're putting on the good girl act for now, but the question is, how long would that last?
The squinty face. It's a rat face. And a glass of water. So, all right. I'm going to just mix that. This is cinnamon brown sugar oatmeal with raspberries, yogurt.
Okay, so you guys got a clear shot of the bowl. That's not a bowl for humans. That's a cat bowl. That's for the cats. So why are you eating out of the cat's bowl, Chantal? Shouldn't that be used for your cats? I'm just curious. I mean, you do have a dishwasher. If you have dirty dishes, you can use a dishwasher to clean them. Why eat out of bowls reserved for your pets? That just seems kind of inappropriate and gross.
Coffee. It is dry. Which Beaver is texting me? Chester! Do we want a Chester in here? Hi, Chester. I don't like that name for some reason.
You know, I cannot confirm if S-Jam is Austin Beezer, but I find it interesting that he went against Chantal, made videos about her, came back in the chat, got roasted by everybody in there, and then on the heels of that, S-Jam come into the chat dropping a lot of money. And again, S-Jam and Austin Beezer talking a lot alike. A lot alike. I just found that interesting. Is there a correlation? Is there a connection? Don't know. But it sounds a lot like him. The things that S-Jam was saying sounds a lot like Austin Beezer.
Hi, Jen. Welcome to Very Important Beezers, Chester. Ready, set, Beezers. Yes, all ties are absolutely cut. Like, just this act of cutting, like literally like cutting the ties, just, I feel a little better already, so. I gave you an arm wiggle. Where should we be? Sam.
Layla says, and what about the phone service and the iPad? Yeah, what about those things? If they're under your account, you could have them cut off immediately, and he would have a lot of trouble streaming, wouldn't he? If you really hated the guy, you're done with him, why not really cut him off? Cut off the service so he can't use it. Then he will definitely have trouble streaming. He'll have to make his own way, have to find a way to do it. Again, I don't think you cut anything off. I think all of this hate is performative. It's a deflection from the things that you've done lately, Chantal. You're putting on the good girl act, but we've seen it before. We've seen it. We've experienced it. Where you get everybody riled up and angry, and then you do something to calm everybody down and lure everybody into a false sense of security, and then you take it away.
I want to get rid of those boxes. I'm going to move them to the other box mountain.
There shouldn't be a box mountain. If you are cleaning your house, Chantal, you shouldn't move box mountain around. You should dismantle it and get rid of it. I mean, if you have an inspection, I would think that getting rid of the box mountains would be important.
Try a little walking down your street at night. Yeah, I was going to do that. Motorcycle man, are you going to text me back? Yeah, my thing is not, my phone bill was high, I think, because of the, like, roaming charges from when I was in the US or something. This breakfast has a lot of sugar and not much protein, does it?
People are laughing at Chantal in the chat because she's eating out of the cat dish, which again, I don't understand it either. I don't get it. You probably got a million bowls in your cupboard. Why use the cat dish?
Jennifer Glenn. That's not the real Jennifer. Like, I hid whatever weed I had left in away, and I'm gonna just, like, I really want to try. Go to a restaurant and order egg yellows. You can buy liquid egg yolks?
Yes, you can.
I don't like the white. Like, I really hate the white part. The yolk is so delicious, though. It's like liquid fat. It's so good. I don't know. It's so good. I plain cheeseburgers. Plain cheeseburgers. Plain cheeseburgers. Do you like eggs? You like them, cat? Oh, really, Numi? Shoot.
Okay, so a lot of the streamers are just cleaning and talking about health food stuff. You can't take her seriously with the healthy food because she'll put on this act for a short period of time and then go right back to the nashies. You know, so until I see Chantal commit to this for 6 months, I am not going to give her any praise. You know, I've learned with Chantal, you cannot praise her too early because when you start to have a little hope for her, she takes it away by doing something that has nothing to do with self-improvement. So let's go to another part of the stream I wanted to show you guys. This right here. So here is a clear shot of her house. Chantal, if you're going to be healthy, you don't need to be sitting in your kitchen. This is an office chair. This belongs in an office or in a study at a computer. This does not belong in the kitchen. It'd be healthier for you to not sit in your kitchen next to the fridge, next to where all the food is. This is not an office area. This is a kitchen. This is an island. This belongs in a study or a work area. This over here, if you're going to clean your house, this needs to go. Like, if you're cleaning your house, why aren't you breaking down the boxes and getting rid of the box mountain? It would appear to me that the cleaning that you're doing in the house is, you're doing that kind of cleaning where you're shoving all kinds of stuff in closets, in rooms, to give the appearance that you've cleaned. Rather than doing actual deep cleaning where things are being taken out. Like, look, okay, let me just blow this up. So we've got bags of trash sitting right here. Why haven't they been taken out? Why are all these sitting right here? Why can't these be broken down and folded up at least? So you got clutter everywhere, bags of trash that need to go out. There's this stuff down here. So it's not really clean, it's just passively clean. So if anybody comes in, they won't report you to the apartment manager. You know, that's not really cleaning. I did some real cleaning today. Mopping floors and all that, that's cleaning. This is just, hurry up, we got to get this place ready so no one will get mad at us kind of cleaning. So that's all I wanted to show you of the live stream. I hope you guys are okay with that, because trust me, there's really not a whole lot to look at. She does some dishes. She's kind of catering to the feeder fetish people a little bit with her content, because she's got her shirt pulled up. You know, that's catering to the feeders so they can see her size. Don't really need to see all that. Here she is again with her shirt pulled up, which is ridiculous. You don't need to pull your shirt up to do dishes, Chantal. You can leave your shirt down. You can wear an apron if you're afraid of the water getting onto your shirt. So let's get on with the comments, because those are always gold. Shukit says the fact that she has supporters is mind-boggling. Well, they're not really supporters, they're enablers. Nobody can argue with me about that. I will die on that hill saying that. If you're someone and you are actively, knowingly, willingly, and eagerly giving an addict money, you're an enabler. You are enabling the person and the addiction, or addictions in the case of Chantal. And expecting an addict to go cold turkey on whatever the addiction might be and thinking it's actually going to work, not possible. Chantal has several addictions. The first one is to attention. She's got a huge need for attention all the time. It's beyond controllable. Her second addiction is for natter. She's addicted to natter, hence why she will never be able to break free of him, because she has not sought counseling or therapy for that. Her third addiction is for food. She's got a problem with food. That's never been addressed and taken care of with therapy and counseling. The fourth one is for drugs. So she's got multi-layered addictions that she's never sought help for. One addiction is tough to get over, and she's got several. So even though she's putting on the appearance of, I'm a changed person now, how could she possibly change without outside help? I just can't see that being a real thing. Patricia says she never gets any further than cleaning the kitchen. Yeah, I've noticed that with Chantal. She'll get up and she'll maybe clean off the island. She'll wash some dishes. She'll put them in the dishwasher, maybe put some stuff in a garbage bag, and that's it. There's no heavy duty cleaning. It's all just like maybe 10 minutes of something, and that's pretty much about it. That's why the house always stays dirty. Techie RN says if she's losing weight and still eating, drinking all the fast, high fatty foods, this is a sign her diabetes is really out of control. Also, the fact she's constantly drinking fluids is another sign. I was told by a friend of mine, Jim, that when a person's blood sugar is too high, as in the case of, say, diabetes, the diabetic will feel endlessly thirsty. And we've seen Chantal drinking a lot of liquid lately. That means her blood sugar is way too high. So it doesn't look like from the outside that her diabetes is under control. In fact, it's out of control. Spider Rico says, I am not going to mention Natter ever again. What gives with all the empty promises? You can't help but talk about him. No natter, no channel. Tell Pete to wake up and help clean. He does nothing all day. At least you go to Starbucks, Burger King, Taco Bell, dispensary, going to natters. All he does is nap. Your landlord could kick you out for all of that filth. Well, in last night's live stream, something odd was going on. Chantal raged, then she left her room, and Pete was cleaning, allegedly. At 4 o'clock in the morning, he was cleaning. That's something unusual. I think that has a lot to do with the possible inspection. Like it was one of those it's go time kind of things where the house had to be cleaned. There was no other option. Maybe that's why. But you're right. He does need to do something in that house. He needs to get out of his room and be active in keeping the house clean. He lives there too. She pays the rent, she pays the bills. If he's not working, the least he can do is take out all the garbage, break down the boxes, clean out the litter boxes, make sure the cats have food. He can do his part. If he's not going to work, he can do something to contribute to that household, and he really doesn't. That's why I say he and Chantal back each other up on their bad habits. Let's see. RP says, Natter can't be friends with a woman who is 8 years older, but you're going on a cruise with a girl who is 17 years younger. Okay, Mom. I guess I missed that part. Maybe she's talking about going on a cruise with Carly Steele, or maybe somebody like that. I don't see how it would be fun for the other person, having to deal with Chantal during the entire cruise. You know, just Chantal is a walking train wreck. I just can't see her being a lot of fun, especially if the woman who is the companion is younger and perhaps prettier. You know, Chantal may be consumed with jealousy and acting out in jealousy. That's just a recipe for disaster. Momo says, it's funny how you don't want motorcycle guy over because your house is messy, but you broadcast it to thousands of people. Make it make sense. Well, she broadcasts it to everybody because she can turn it into content. She makes a big deal of cleaning her house. Her way of thinking is, I can clean my house and get paid for it. If I do the dishes, if I take out the garbage, in Chantal universe, that's an unusual thing. I should get paid for it. People should pay me to do simple adulting. I don't get paid for adulting. I did some housework today. I didn't expect anybody to pat me on the back and give me a silver medal. I just did it because I like a clean house. But with Chantal, she's so messy and sloppy that doing housework it's a special thing. Sorry, Discord's going off. Let me just turn it off. Sorry about that, guys. One moment, please, and I'll take care of that. Just give me a second. Okay, we're good. Perfect. All right. So yeah, her doing simple adulting, she expects big money for. If she's got to take out the garbage, you better be throwing out the super chats. If she sweeps the floor, you better be sending that money. She expects to get compensated for just being an adult. And if she doesn't want a man over to her house, it's because anybody who's on the internet, on YouTube, you are people that she doesn't have to face. You know, you're not in her face. You're not in real life. You're just names on a screen, so she doesn't have to worry about hearing from you or dealing with you. But somebody in real life is a different story. Fifi says, I deep cleaned my place today and I feel great. I don't know how anyone can live in filth like that. Well, living in filth is her normal. I mean, she's still got sheets on her bed that are soaked with urine. She still hasn't washed the sheets. She still hasn't cleaned the urine off the bed. She actually made the statement of, it's not urine anymore, it's just water. No, ma'am, urine is urine. And it smells. It's disgusting. Even after it's dried, you can still smell it. And that smell will get on any blankets, any sheets, anything it comes into contact with. It's gross. It's gross. But living in filth is her normal. Living clean is something that's not normal for her. Alexandria says she rests her belly fat on the counter to take all that weight off her back. Well, I'm sure all that weight in the front is putting a strain on her spine. But I also think she's doing that for the feeders. She does a lot of content that revolves around catering to the feeders. She should take it to a campsite or OnlyFans or something, but she insists on doing it on YouTube, and it's really not appropriate. Jamie Reynolds says, you mentioned that you do not understand why Natter doesn't want to become a better person and how you think that is weird or whatever. We think that same way about you with your mental health and physical health. Stand up when you do chores. Toss that chair in the trash. She should take that chair and put it in her bedroom or somewhere where it's appropriate. Like I said, office chairs don't belong in kitchens. Her sitting in that chair right next to the fridge, why? Why do you need to sit next to the fridge and reach over and grab food? It wouldn't hurt her to walk around that kitchen. Shrinking Project says at 5 minutes, 55 seconds, instead of throwing out that coffee pod in the trash bag that she's holding, she throws it on the counter. Nice. Yeah, why? There's a trash bag right there. Throw it in the trash bag. Is she putting the coffee pod on the counter because she plans to use it a second time? I've heard of people doing that. They reuse the coffee pods, but I've also heard that coffee pods or grounds used a second time don't taste so good. I don't know. I don't know what she's doing that for. Jennifer Pons says, I like how in your last live you said Dee Dee was naive and stupid for having a love-hate relationship with Natter. But that's you, literally you. You do the same thing Dee Dee does, but worse. True. Everything she criticizes about Dee Dee, she did before Dee Dee, and she continues to do. I think both Dee Dee and Chantal are idiots. They're fighting over a scrap of a man that's not worth anything. They look at him and they see him way different than the rest of us do. We're all looking at that situation and going, what are they fighting over? Like, what? What are they fighting over? Where's all this jealousy coming from? Why are they fighting so hard for this dude? None of us understand because we see him as he is. He's a loser. He's an arrogant loser. But for those two women, they're just playing tug of war with Natter, and he is benefiting greatly from that. Doreen says, I don't understand the filth. You will feel much better about yourself if you have a daily picking up the house routine. Let's get it together. Yeah, you know what? There's nothing like a clean house to make you feel good. If you wake up in the morning and your house is clean, you just feel good about it. When your house is disgusting, when you wake up in the morning and you see and you smell the mess, it just automatically puts you in a bad mood. It does. It puts you in a really bad mood. You're like, ugh, really? It brings you down immediately. Being with all that trash, it creates negative energy. It creates a negative space. And when you dwell in a negative space, that negative space gets in your headspace. If you keep a clean house and you wake up in the morning, everything's clean, it smells good, you feel good about that. And you can maintain that feeling good all day. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Girl George says she's actually eating out of her cat's bowl. Yeah, I'm confused about it too. I don't see the need to do that, but she did it. Brooke A says, when will this Natter era be over with? It's going to go nowhere. We need new arcs. Well, I agree with you, Brooke. We need something. We need something new. This Natter thing has gone on too long. Every angle with it has been played out. What else is there? What new angle can they come up with? So far, I haven't seen anything. There's nowhere to go with it. There's nothing else to talk about. We need something different. We need some new energy. We need some new topics badly, badly. Stephanie Burke says, does Pete ever lift a finger? Clear those boxes out. Yep. And no, he doesn't lift a finger. He makes it his business to be lazy. He really does. Breaking Insanity Cycle says, if you both stay in your rooms most of the time, how do you have so much stuff downstairs? What a great question. That's what I'm wondering. Like, if Chantal's in only like 2 rooms of the house, how come the whole house is destroyed? I don't get that. I really don't get it. Why is everything so trashed? If she's hardly there, how does that work? VLR says, I have never seen someone move so slowly and with less purpose or intent. Oh, and the BS that she's 340 pounds. Yeah, Chantal, we know that you're playing with that scale, girl. We know. We know. We know you're at least 400 or above. I'm not quite sure why you insist on lying about your weight at the same time you cater to the feeders. If you wanted to get more money out of feeders, you could just take the filters off, show us how you really look, and say, yeah, I'm 500 pounds. Just own it. Just own it. If you say I'm 500 pounds, what can anybody do? Nothing. Why not say what you really weigh? Why not take the filters off? The feeders would go absolutely wild if you did. Let's see. There's some comments here. Kate King Official says, 12 hours ago, you were lashing out at everyone again. This live has since been deleted. In this live, you claim the essay was in fact real. You need serious help. I'm so glad I did not see that. I'm trying to be calm today. I don't want to go off about that. You guys already know how I feel about that. I will say this, though. When it comes to DV and SA, you got to pick a lane and stay in it. Chantal keeps going back and forth, depending on her mood and if she's mad at Natter or not, which shows, to me at least, that her claims aren't real. The flip-flopping back and forth. She's mad at him, so she's saying the essay was real. Give a few days. They'll be good, and she'll say, oh, I lied and exaggerated the claims. Do I find all of that disgusting? Absolutely. But I don't want to rage out today. You guys already know how I feel about this. There's no need to beat a dead horse. Cell phone says, Natter posted a mean pic of her on Facebook, yet she still entertains him. So for those who are wondering, what exactly did he show on Facebook? Allow me to show you, because I got this off Twitter. That's what he posted. He made that picture. He made that picture of Chantal, the guy that she wants so badly to claim her. Yeah, he did that. So she hates him, and he does stuff like that, but yet she goes running back, and she's continuing to pay his phone bill and his internet bill. I don't think the hate between them is real. I think they have fights from time to time, but they don't hate each other nearly as much as they claim. Kathy L says, give your head a shake. Motorcycle guy isn't real. Neither are all your boyfriends. You crack me up and have fun going to the drive-thru to get your nashi. Yeah, listen, we don't know what Chantal's doing when the camera's turned off. She might be putting on a show of eating healthy food, and as soon as the camera's turned off, she's running to the nearest BK and getting a nashi. How would we know? if she's trying to put on the good girl act, she's going to hide that kind of stuff from us. Likewise, she might be going to see Natter and nobody would know. She wants a private life when she's looking to deflect or she's looking to paint a picture for a short while of something different. Her need of privacy is always selective. And I agree with you, Kathy. I don't think motorcycle guy is real. I think that if there is a guy on a motorcycle, that he's someone dropping off certain chemicals to Chantal, and that's as far as it goes. Shannon Holly says she gets winded by literally just standing up. Yeah, that's not good. If you just stand up and you're winded, your body's trying to tell you something. Fiber Nazi fan says, did SJM's $2,000 super chat last night help? Don't be fooled, people. So he gave her a bunch of money last night. And I told you who I think that person is. I could be wrong, but it just seems weird, the similarities between SJM and Austin Beezer. I'm just saying. Kate King Official says, do you remember Mike Deering, your mod who passed away? You promised to do a tribute stream, then never mention him again. You literally are so sociopathic, it's insane. So a while back, Foodie had a mod, his name was Mike Deering. I'm not quite sure what his handle was, but he was a good mod for Chantal, and unfortunately he passed away. And Chantal said she was going to do a tribute for Mike and never did it. Chibi says she doesn't see her VIPs as real people. Fib Fuckit says she doesn't give a damn about her loyal Beezers. All she sees is dollar bills and people to give her attention she craves so bad. Imagine living your life talking only about yourself and the things going on in your life. Like, just imagine never speaking about anything other than yourself. There is no question she's definitely a narc. Oh yeah, she definitely is. Lovely says, I do remember a lot of her VIPs told her it was inappropriate and to leave it alone. That's why she never did it. Plus, majority of her viewers are so toxic, it's good for her to not say anything out of respect for his family. And here's Foodie being a jerk saying, I haven't been sober, a-hole. Nice way to handle that, Foodie. RJ says, at Foodie Beauty, I thought you've been sober for a year. Yeah, didn't you say that, Foodie? You haven't touched anything about a year? You said that you haven't touched anything. So are you admitting that you just lied? My inspiration says, yes, right now in the rain. Take the damn boxes out, Pete. Pete will find any excuse not to do work. Oh, it's raining. Oh, I'm depressed. Oh, my finger hurts. I was watching the stream. Wait a minute. They were saying it's raining. It looks very sunny outside. How is it raining? 2 hours ago says, Nat's phone is back on. You lied again. When will the members learn and stop? She's paying for the phone. She'll never turn it off. Robert Whitaker says, why do you delete every stream? The Farms has it. The reaction channels have it. Did you tell Dee Dee and Stabby McStab that you were sorry? You know why she does that? She likes to play a little game with YouTube. She wants to get on YouTube late at night mostly, rage and vent, get her feelings out when she should do it in a therapy session. She wants to get her feelings out, get some super chats for venting on everybody, and then delete it. Because if anybody reports the stream for anything inappropriate, YouTube is just going to say, well, the stream is off her channel. There's nothing we can do. She knows how to play the system. She knows the reaction channels are going to have it. She knows that. And I will say this in regards to that. When Chantal does a stream and she deletes it, all she's doing for the reaction channels is making more valuable real estate. Because then the people have to go to the reaction channels to watch it, you see. We don't tell her to do that. And I really wish that she would make live streams and videos that she just left up on her channel, because then those of us that are reactors could just relax and we could react to her whenever we had time, whenever we've got a moment. But in cases like what happened last night, if you're not there in front of your computer at the start of the stream, recording everything, you're not going to get it. And if you do, it's because you have to go to, say, an archive channel and react to a copy of it there. And you may find a piece of it, you might find the whole thing, but it's more of a headache to run around looking for someone who might have it. And then you can react to it. But that's why she dirty deletes. She wants to come on, say inappropriate, gross, vulgar things, and get away with it. And YouTube lets her get away with it. She knows how to play the system. Agatha says, get that office chair out of your kitchen. Well, I agree. It's not the place for it. Dorina says, it's a tummy out for our benefit. Seems forced. Am I wrong? She's catering to the feeders. Miss Powers says, it's for the feeders who pay her. I was shocked to realize just how many are in her chat. Super morbid. She's catering to the feeders, y'all. A lot of her content is for the feeders because they pay good money. I'm sure that they're sending her money through PayPal or Cash App for her to do certain things, eat certain things, act a certain way, so she caters to them. She's doing cam girl stuff on a place that's not a campsite, and she's getting away with it. Allison says, wonder if she'd be more motivated if she could just recall life without hundreds of excess pounds. Her body must ache all the time. I'm sure it does too. She's carrying hundreds of extra pounds, especially in the front. That has to hurt her back. That has to. DC Virgo says, I would make Pete get his ass up and help. Doesn't Chantal pay all the bills? There, look how greasy his hair is. Oh my God, I can't with these two. Thank God they don't have kids. I feel bad for the cats. I feel bad for them too. Two grown adults in the house. They don't have regular jobs, and that house is disgusting. There's nothing that they could say to me that would justify why the house looks like that. They both have ample time to clean. They could take an hour or two out of their day and clean, and the place would be spotless. And considering how they have a washer and dryer upstairs, it's basically right outside Chantal's bedroom. There's really no reason or excuse they could give for dirty clothes. Chantal's clothes should be cleaned all the time because she's got a washer and dryer in her house. And they've got a dishwasher. There's no reason why the dishes should be dirty. They've got all the extras they need to keep a clean house, and they just don't do it. Let's see. RP says, oh, and another thing, girl. You keep going on about Dee Dee being old and how she's so much older than you, only 9 years, but okay. Do you know you're 17 years older than Carly, mom on the cruise with a daughter? Yeah, there you go, Chantal. Shoes on the other foot. You're hanging out with somebody who's much younger than you. So you're the older person in that situation. And I really do hope that cruise doesn't happen because Carly's going to be miserable. I just don't see Chantal being a fun person to go on vacation with. She's too much of a train wreck. So that's it for the comments. And that's it for this react. So I thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful afternoon and evening. And please take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.